thank God they blurred this image out, because we wouldn't want to spoil anything, now would we? Let's get started. Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Hot Toys Doctor Strange 6 scale figure by Hot Toys. Obviously this is based on the character Doctor Strange from the movie Multiverse of Madness, or Doctor Strange 2. It's based on the likeness of the actor Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a pre-order product, it's $335 and it's due for release sometime next year between July and December. So basically Q2 or Q3 of next stage if Hot Toys manage to stay on target. So let's take a quick look at some of these photos and everything that he comes with. So you have the interchangeable head sculpt, which obviously, as I mentioned in the intro, if you didn't pick up on that, that was sarcasm. I don't know why they've done this. I actually thought they did similar for, I remember, Endgame Cap for the Hot Toys Endgame Cap figure. And they did the same thing for Endgame Thor. They blurred out certain images because they were key kind of parts of the movie that they didn't want to spoil, and I thought, fair play to, you know, you're not ruining the movie where people can still pre-order the product or look at the product without actually being spoiled. But here, instead of just like blurring out the whole thing, they've only blurred it out a small bit. They're basically telling you what happens, and you see that, you know, the third eye of Doctor Strange. It's very hard to say that with keeping a straight face. Anyway, moving onwards. So he comes with all of these magic effects, okay? Obviously these are the kind of new ones they've never done before. These two kind of dragon heads, these kind of disc-like things or shields that he's come with in multiple different iterations of Doctor Strange before. The kind of the discs around the hands represent when he's using his magic. This kind of ribbon-looking thing. They came up with similar, I think there was similar kind of accessories, magical accessories, these orange magical accessories in Spider-Man No Way Home. It wasn't the exact same, I don't think. They can zoom in on the boots, because just to kind of highlight the details on details on this, because this outfit is not the exact same as the Infinity War one or the Spider-Man No Way Home one. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comment section down below. But I had a quick look and they do look different. Like, you know, it's not majorly different. I know that it's still Doctor Strange. He still has kind of like that kind of tunic, that very, very good cut and sew. He still has the magical cape and stuff like that. But just the detailing on the actual cut and sew itself and the tunic itself isn't the exact same. So they're three different figures. They might look similar, but they're not the exact same. The handcuffs from that scene with the Illuminati, obviously it zooms in the cape again. This is the Darkhold book, I believe. The Eye of Agamotto, I think I'm pronouncing that right. The stand and a bunch of swap out hands. So he comes with a lot. I think in terms of accessories, this is on par with the Spider-Man No Way Home version. I see a lot of people saying like this is like definitely worth the money because it comes with a ton and stuff like that. Like, I'll go through it. The head sculpt is phenomenal. The cut and sew looks great as well. It looks nice and packed together. But I mean, people saying this is like amazing and everything. Like, I don't think it's too much difference between this and the No Way Home one. Just kind of bring it down a small bit. The head sculpt is definitely better. But apart from that, it's just personal preference. Did you like the Multiverse of Madness version, or do you like the No Way Home version? I didn't like the movie Multiverse of Madness. Didn't like it at all. Thought it was one of the worst Marvel MCU films that I've ever seen. But I do like Benedict Cumberbatch. I do like the character Doctor Strange. And what always blows me away about these Doctor Strange figures is how they manage to get that cut and sew, the actual tunic he has and the belt and the robes, and not make it look bulky. So obviously they have a really narrow body underneath, so they can add in this layering and just that it looks screen accurate. So anyway, let's have a look through some of these photos. I'm going to start off with the first one. Yeah, so he has these two magical effects. Obviously Doctor Strange, when he uses magic, you get these kind of this orange color, whether it's the discs or in this case he's kind of shooting these dragons out of his hands. So his kind of I suppose color when he's using his magic is this kind of orange effect, and you have these two like dragon heads. I tend to not like these effects because I think it makes them look very toyetic. So at the end of the day, they're toys, but they're high-end collectibles. I see them as high-end collectibles. You know, they're not Marvel Legends. So my thing is, when I look at my shelf, when people come into the house and they look at the shelves, it should look like 1/6 scale shrunken down versions of the character. But adding these effects, these magical effects, sometimes makes it look too toyetic for my liking. But I do actually like these ones. I think they actually look pretty cool, even though I wasn't a fan of the movie at all. I don't have a Doctor Strange in my collection. I probably will pick one up in the future, but it's a kind of a toss-up between this and No Way Home, and considering I like No Way Home better and I'm going to collect other figures from this line, whereas I'm not going to collect anything from Doctor Strange 2, you know, it's just a case of which one will I pick up, and again, not guaranteed at either of them. Anyway, so you have these kind of magical effects here. So head sculpt looks good. The cut and sew looks a little bulky there actually. So I'm gonna have, yeah, it looks actually good here. Maybe slightly bulky around the chest area. I don't think he's that, he's definitely not that jacked. He's kind of a skinnier guy. But yeah, this looks good. I wonder is that cape wired, that it actually kind of, it looks like it's wired there to give that effect as if he's kind of levitating or something like that. The head sculpt is what really impresses me about this. The sculpted hair, they've nailed that little kind of curl here. The greying sides looks very, very like kind of a nod towards the comic book. That's how he looked. Obviously the goatee, I think that's Benedict Cumberbatch any day of the week. So more magical effects around the wrists. You can see I like these kind of metal pieces here. I presume they're metal, but they look metal anyway. I think they're supposed to be metal in the film. Whether they're die cast or metal on this figure, I'd say they're plastic, but they just painted to make it look kind of like gold or metal. The Eye of Agamotto there. You have a sling ring. It just really impresses me how they're able to put these figures together, these Doctor Strange figures together, and put like or any figure really which has a suit or something like that, but particularly the Doctor Strange, because you have the belt, you have this kind of like tunic underneath, the gauntlets, everything, and it looks kind of compact, it looks screen accurate without making it look too bulky. I know in certain shots like this one maybe it looks a little bit bulky, but it's this kind of magical effect here. I think I know the scene what this is from, but I don't want to spoil it. You can see the sling ring there as well. Yeah, the handcuffs then from the Illuminati scene. That's a nice touch as well. That's one of the things I really like about the Hot Toys Endgame Loki, those handcuffs that he comes with, and the kind of it's kind of like I suppose a muzzle to stop him from talking when he gets arrested. Yeah, so like that head sculpt, I have to say that's phenomenal. Again, I don't have a Doctor Strange in my collection. If I would, it's not a character I need. I do like Benedict Cumberbatch. I do like the character. I probably will pick one up. I'm not going to get the Infinity War one, so it's a toss up between No Way Home and this. And considering I did not like Multiverse of Madness at all, I would gravitate towards Spider-Man No Way Home version, because I like the way it comes with kind of like that cauldron and stuff like that. It comes with a ton of accessories. I actually think it comes with more accessories than this personally. I think there's more things. However, the head sculpt here is better. 100%. There's no even denying it that this is the best Doctor Strange 1/6 scale Benedict Cumberbatch head sculpt we've got from Hot Toys to date. And the other ones weren't bad, but this is definitely better. So like this is ridiculous. This gives away like a key part of the movie. So if someone was avoiding spoilers and not looking at YouTube and not looking at Twitter and had done really well to avoid spoilers, and the next thing this pops up and they see this, and to have this spoiled for you, by essentially an ad for a toy like that's bad form. They should have blurred this out and just said additional head sculpt or even additional accessory altogether until the movie was released, and then replace the photos. Like, I know like the film's only out like a week and they're doing this. That's a bit silly. But it's good that you get that extra head sculpt with the eye on the forehead as well. It's a nice touch. You get two head sculpts. Yeah, look, that's a nice touch as well. I'm surprised they haven't done that sooner, because obviously he often throws the cape off to do his bidding or whatever he wants to have done. I'm actually really liking these dragon kind of magic effects. They look deadly. Like, I think I tend to not use too much of these effects. I use the flamethrower effect from the Mandalorian, and I've used the flamethrower effect from the Incinerator Trooper. But I think these look great. This looks pretty cool, because when it's on screen, they actually do look solid as well. These parts, the heads and these parts coming around his wrist, they do look kind of solid. They don't look see-through really. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice touches. It's just that head sculpt is so good. Like, that's the best thing about this for me, because the cut and sew is great too, but the cut and sew has been pretty good on all the Doctor Stranges so far. I think these have come in every Doctor Strange so far, some version of them. Wow, like that's, like Hot Toys, they're renowned for their head sculpts. Do they get it right all the time? No, but I'd say they get it right 95 to even 99% of the time. Yeah, you do have an Ant-Man or a Tony Stank or a Bo-Katan, but then again, Bo-Katan hasn't been released yet. They may fix it. You do get those kind of, they miss every now and then. But like, what company doesn't make mistakes every now and then? But the last, I think for the last few months, the prototype head sculpts have been phenomenal. Like this one looks great. That Robert Pattinson Batman looks great, and they're even making it better because they're making the hair messier. The Wen Wu head sculpt looks phenomenal. Just that Tamora Morrison quarter scale Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett looks phenomenal. So there really are, the Coscarees, I could go on, but they are a company that does fantastic head sculpts. They get it right 99% of the time, and they still seem to be improving and innovating and getting better and better with their sculpts and it's particularly the sculpted hair. Like that doesn't, at certain angles, that's going to look rooted. I prefer sculpted hair. I don't really like rooted hair. But even the hair on the goatee, the paint apps, like these people, the talent they have, it's just phenomenal. It just kind of blows my mind how they can do that. It just looks like a 6 scale Benedict Cumberbatch. So I'm at a bit of a kind of a first world problem dilemma, really. Typically, if I'm buying one of these figures, because they are so expensive, then again, look, high quality, high price tag, and you have inflation in the mix and all that kind of stuff, I have to first of all like the character. Do I like the character Doctor Strange? I do. Second of all, I have to like the source material. I did not like the source material for this. I didn't like the movie at all. I thought it was a 2-star movie. Really didn't like it. One of the worst MCU films I've ever seen. Only my own personal opinion. But do I like this version? Do I like this version? Like the costume he's wearing, the style of the hair, the head sculpt, the accessories? I do. I really do. So it's kind of like I may make an exception here because I haven't got a Doctor Strange. I'm probably going to pick one up. I'm not rushing out to pre-order anything at the moment, but I mean, just that head sculpt, it's just phenomenal. Like anyone who comes into your house, if you just show them that head sculpt, they'll know it's Benedict Cumberbatch. So I am really, really impressed by this, and a bit ironic considering I really didn't like the movie at all. But this would still be, my representation of Doctor Strange on the shelf. It doesn't say Multiverse of Madness on him, and I won't use the stand anyway. So look, in conclusion, I think the head sculpt is phenomenal. For $335, I still think it's a bit overpriced. Inflation is just running rampant. I think Hot Toys are taking liberties as well. They're kind of like, obviously they have inflation costs themselves, so their cost of production goes up, so they have to offset that by increasing the price. That's fine. But I'd say that they're still adding on an extra few dollars here and there, an extra $50. So I mean, price of a Hot Toy with a head sculpt, what's that Coscarees? About $285, something along those lines. So I mean, this, even if this is priced $305, $315, probably a bit more reasonable, but look, it's beyond our control, let's face it. If you want it, that's the price you have to pay, and that's the end of the story, really. The head sculpt looks phenomenal. With all the other Doctor Strange figures to date, the Hot Toys to date, the outfit just looks so well. The cut and sew, the tailoring just looks really well. The fact that it doesn't look bulky. You've got the Eye of Agamotto, you've got the cape with those kind of buckles as well, which adds a different bit of texture, a bit more colour to it. The accessories, these dragon heads look, I think these dragon heads they look pretty good. You get an array of different hands as usual. Bunch of other effects. But for me, it's about the head sculpt, and the outfit just looks great. So, if you're thinking about picking up a Doctor Strange and you haven't, this is probably one to go with. For me, it's a toss-up between this and No Way Home, and the No Way Home one, considering I really, really liked No Way Home and I didn't like the Multiverse of Madness, and the No Way Home does come with that kind of cauldron thing where he, makes a spell at the start. Honestly, though, I think the head sculpt, it's going to tip this for me, and even though the No Way Home one is cheaper, I'll probably, if I was going to get one, I may end up going getting this. But anyway, there's not a character I'm going to rush out to get. That's pretty much the end of this video. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you have a Doctor Strange or not, and if you're picking this one up or not. Do you prefer this one? Do you prefer the Infinity War one? Do you prefer the No Way Home one? If you're thinking about, if you're like kind of on the fence and you're going to pick one up, which one are you going to get? This one or the No Way Home one? You can also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. That's pretty much it. That's the end of this video. See you in the next one. Good luck.